Rightio guys, so I'm just going to give this a bit of a whirl and see what happens. Just want to introduce to you a couple of things that I've put on the notebook. First of all, if you go into our notebook page under course info and you click on class Padlet, you'll see a link here above that you can click on, and it will open up this thing called Padlet. And I've set the space up for both classes to use, and you can literally just double click on a spot and say a question, and basically leave it there, and then someone else can come along and put their answer in. Like so. So you guys can use it however you want. Mr. Bone and I can check it whenever we need to as well, and we can help answer questions that you might have. Anyway, going back to the notebook, I'll introduce you to the next task, which is in the content library here. Task 2.1, you're going to be talking about new exercise trends. So basically what we're looking at now is bringing our knowledge together and looking at making recommendations for future lifelong well-being. So the first task of this series of activities will be identifying new exercise trends. So let's give you an example of that. So if you open up the relevant class Padlet there, I'll get you to put the something's happened here. I'll get you to put the links to different videos on the left, and then on the right hand side we've got space for different comments. So I've done a bit of research and I found that there's a bunch of activities for parkour. Parkour is quite a new type of exercise people get into, and there's a video here which talks about activities or training methods that you can use for training for parkour. So I thought that's quite cool. It's quite new, something different. So I can simply copy the link there. Go back to my whoopsie daisy. Go back to my Padlet, class Padlet. Double click, and instead of typing something, I will type it actually. Training for parkour, and I can add a link here for that video I just grabbed. Hit add, and now that's available for everybody to look at. So the idea would be that people go and check that out, and then on the right hand side people would comment on it. So you might have watched it, and then you go Jonty, put your name at the top, and then you say, I think this training is great because whatever your reasoning is. What we also want you to sort of look into is what do other people say about it. So experts around the type of training you're talking about, so pros and cons, and really do you agree or disagree. Now for each class I would expect that you would make at least about 3 comments on the different types of training. Once it's done that as a class, you're going to be using that information to write another brief essay just explaining at least 3 different opinions or trends around exercise and well-being, and you'll be talking about your take on that trend and how you feel about it. Hopefully this will work.